Good morning, children. Welcome back to the online classes. Today we are going to start with next chapter of history, that is chapter 2, earliest societies and the first farmers. One more thing I would like to tell you people that again and again somebody is calling me that in social all the practicals copies are there. You have to make only one practical copy for geography, and history and civics you have to make only single line copy. Okay, keep it in mind. Now we are going to start with the chapter. So first, early humans. Men have been living in the subcontinent for over 2 million years. Early men lead a primitive life of hardship and struggle. So early humans means so many years before. They were living a very hard life. Since they did not have any clothes, they protected their bodies from the cold by covering themselves with the hide of animals, bark of trees, and leaves. Because the clothes and other materials were not being invented at that time. They lived on trees and or caves and were basically food gatherers. Food gatherers means those who were moving from one place to another to gather food, to collect food. So they were not staying in one particular place, they were moving here and there. They hunted wild animals for food and also gathered wild edible plants. When the food available at a place got exhausted, they moved elsewhere. This is why they were called hunter-gatherers or nomads. Those who were doing hunting and gathering food products and eating, they were moving from place to place. Okay, see some of the places plants and trees are there. So they were staying for some time in that particular place where they were getting the edible plants and animals. When after some of the time, after eating all the things which are available in the particular place, when they get exhausted means emptied over, then they were moving to another place for living and gathering the food and all. So they were being called nomads or hunter gatherers. Over a period of 1,000 years, they progressed from being food gatherer to food producer. Okay, when they started moving from place to place, and for a long time duration they settled in one particular place, means they stayed, not settled. So it has taken a long time for becoming food producer. After this age, they advanced quickly and stopped wandering from one place to another. They make small huts near their field and eventually started living a settled life. Okay, when the food production started, when they came to know how the food is being produced, after that they started settling in one particular place. Most probably they settled near the river bank, because near the river side they were getting all material. Fertile land was also there, where the plants and trees can grow easily. Water is also available, so even the water animals were available for them. Even near the river side the animals were coming for drinking water, and also they were hunting the animals also. So they started leading a settled life near the river bank. Here see in the map, it is given the important archaeological sites. Okay, where they had digged and they had taken some of the materials or oldest materials by which they came to know about the different ages and all. Now, Stone Age. The early man used tools and implements made of roughly dressed stone. These stones were used for hunting, cutting, and other purposes. And so this age is known as Stone Age. Okay. The stone were being used at earlier. They were not having any weapons, tools and all. So rough stone was their pointed one. So they were using it for digging, cutting and all other purposes. That is why that age is called Stone Age. The Stone Age can be divided into three stages. First one, Old Stone Age or Paleolithic Age. Paleolithic means, paleo means old and lithic means stone. So, stone, Old Stone Age. Middle Stone Age or Mesolithic Age. Meso means middle. And New Stone Age or Neolithic Age or Late Stone Age. Neo, that is new. So you can understand, Paleo means old, Meso means middle and Neo means new. So this is about Old, Middle and the New Stone Age. So first we will talk about Paleolithic Age. It is 5 lakh BC to 12,000 BC. The earliest period of man's existence is called Old Stone Age. Hunting and food gathering. At this age, man was nomad, right? He was not wandering from place to place. He wandered from place to place, gathering food, edible roots and nuts. So he was wandering from one place to another to gather these all materials. He hunted fish and animals for their flesh and hides. He ate raw meat. At that time fire was not being invented, so they were eating raw meat also. He moved in groups to protect himself from wild animals, because at that time wild animals were directly attacking and they were not having any weapons. So they were moving in a group to save themselves from the wild animal. Once he had consumed the fruits and animals of one area, he moved to another area. Okay. Thus, he was constantly on move. Continuously he was moving. He was not staying in a particular place for a long time. Only that particular time he was living, until unless the food which is available, that was not over. Thus, he was constantly on the move, either in search of food, in search of small prey, in search of seasonal fruits, or in search of water during the dry season. That way he was moving. Then clothes and shelter. Early man did not understand natural phenomena like thunder or lightning. How this lightning is coming, how thunder, rain, storm, these all things are there, no flood. So how it is coming, they were not knowing. He was also afraid of that one. He was also afraid of ferocious animal like tiger, lion, panther, rhinoceros, etc. He took shelter in caves in hilly areas, in the places near the hills. In that places he was taking shelter in the caves and living over there. So at that time also you can imagine, means now the condition of animal, it is different, no? It is being put in cage and all. Now also forests are available, but earlier they were roaming likewise. So they were very much afraid of these all animals. Then discovery and the use of fire, how the fire was being discovered and used. The discovery of fire was probably accidental. Now also nobody knows how the fire was being invented. Man must have noticed spark when two pieces of stones were rubbed against each other. Right, might be. Okay, they were sitting and rubbing the stones, so fire generated. It is imagined like that. This might have given him the idea that he could make fire whenever he needed. Or perhaps he used the smoldering ember of a tree struck by lightning to make a fire. Smoldering ember means what? By lightning, when things are being burned, at that time the material which is left burning, that is being used for making fire. It is imagined. And it is also told that once he understood the use of fire, for what purpose fire is being used. He used it in many ways. At night he kept a fire burning at the mouth of his cave. Okay, see, animals are being afraid of fire. So when he was there in the cave, outside the cave he was keeping the burning the fire so that the animals cannot come inside and they will be saved. This prevented wild animal from entering the cave. Again, fire provided warmth during cold winter days and nights because the cloth was not being invented. They were protecting themselves by some kind of leaves and all. So, he could also make his food softer and tastier by roasting it over a fire. It is told that might be some of the pieces of meat and all was there burned in the fire and they would have tasted it. So they liked it much better than they were eating the raw meat. So they started eating the roasting the meat and eating it up. Traces of ash have been found in the Kurnool caves in India. So in Kurnool they found the ash and by that they came to know that means they were knowing the use of fire. Even today there are people who live by hunting and gathering. Can you identify such groups in India? It is being told. Right. Introduction of early tools and weapons. In the beginning, man used to gather food or kill animals with his bare hand. Okay, because they were not having weapons and tools were not being invented. But it was not easy to dig out roots or kill big animal with bare handed, right? Therefore, he made crude tool. Okay, crude means what? The things which are made raw things, raw materials, right? And weapons of stone. So they started crude tools and weapons. They started using that. However, the best defense against wild animals was yet to be discovered. Early man's tools and weapons were made of stone. Man used hard stone such as flint. Flint is a sharp pointed and thin one, along with other type of stones for making tools and weapons. Flint was the stone that was used for making fire, right? So by that they were rubbing and using it for making fire. So that type of tool that he was using to make fire, he found this type of stone easy to chip. Okay, chip means to sharpen it out. So he gave various shapes to it. However, the tools that man made at this time were rough and unpolished. Definitely they were not knowing, na? They were just using it out. So polishing and all they were not knowing, but somehow later they came to know about that one. Some of these tools have been found in South India and in the Son or Sohan River Valley in Pakistan. In some places, such as in Kashmir Valley, bones or horns of animals were also used as tools and weapons. How you can imagine that horns are pointed and sharp one. So by the horns also they can use it in many ways to dig the to take the root of the plant, right? Then all. So that were also easy to use. Bones also sharp, so that can also be used. Such tools and weapons have been found in the foothill of the Himalayas, in the Narmada Valley, Bhimbetka, and in the Deccan, Hansagi and Kurnool. So these are the tools, crude tools, okay, which they got from some of the places, some pointed and sharp tools that they were using for in different ways. See, in your left hand side, the tools, the stone tools are being mentioned. This is the stone tools used by the primitive people for digging it out, right? Hand axe, chopper, cleaver, arrowhead, budge, scraper, like that. The tools used by primitive man can be grouped into three major types. First one, hand axe. Here it is given the picture. Hand axe. They were mainly used to give smashing blow. Okay, all of a sudden blow. In the beginning, they were used without a handle. Later on, they were tied to a wooden handle, which made it possible for a man to use it with greater force. Okay, earlier without handle, with the hand only they were using, bare-handed, taking that hand axe and using. Slowly when they made a handle on that one, so they can put a great force and use it out. Then choppers. Choppers, you all know, to chop the things they were using. They were made of heavy stones, worked to a sharp edge in one direction only, and were most probably used for chopping the things. Then flake implements. They were used as knife and scrapers for finer work. Okay, flake, that are the thin and sharp pointed, which were being used for using as knife and scrapers. Okay, for making it finer work. Some of these implements were given sharp points and tied to arrow and spears. You have seen the arrow, it is a pointed one like that. So they were being put at a sharp point and they were tied to an arrow. This enabled man to hit and kill animals from a distance. For many thousands of years of man's early history, the only remains that we find are crude stone tools. Right? These tools are often found lying along the traces of river where early man used to roam in search of wild animal. They were moving from one place to another in search of wild animals. So that terraces of things were being lying here and there, and they found it out. They have also been found in caves and rock shelter where he once lived. I told earlier that in the caves they were taking shelter and they were living also. So in that caves and rock shelter also these things are being found. Man was totally dependent on nature for his food supply. Okay, so he was not knowing to produce, so he was depending on the food supply for nature. From nature. The first tool made by him served many purposes, such as for skinning of dead animals, cutting their flesh, splitting their bones, etc. So these way they were using the tools, skinning the dead animals to take out the skin of the animal which they killed. Okay, now prehistoric rock art. Here see in the left hand side, rock art, cave paintings and engravings give us valuable source of information about early man. So you can think the imagination of the people in the prehistoric time also was very nice, that they had made the rock art on the stone, okay, on the rocks. Such rock paintings have been found in many Stone Age rock shelters. They show that Stone Age man was good observer and a fine artist. Animals, birds and human beings are depicted in these paintings. They are whatever they were seeing. So minutely they were seeing and they were depicting in the rocks. Animal, birds and human beings are there. Obviously, most of the birds and animals that appear in paintings were hunted for subsistence. Humans are shown engaged in various activities such as hunting, dancing, playing games, warfare, etc. So morning time they were moving from place to place for gathering food and all. After that they were sitting and enjoying, they were having some of the spare time activities, so they were doing dancing games, playing games and all, etc. Now Mesolithic age, that is from 12,000 BC to 10,000 BC. The last ice age ended with the old Stone Age. With the climate warming up, vegetation flourished and so did a vast variety of birds, insects and animals. Okay, after warming up. Now, Life was much easier now. Food was plentiful now that the ice had retreated. Man made rapid improvement in every area of life in the Middle Stone Age, also called as Mesolithic or Microlithic Age. Okay, so conditions started to change a little bit. The climate was warmer and man could easily move from one place to another. Most of the tools of this period are far better than those of the Paleolithic age. Okay, so the prehistoric period means old stone age. That time tools were crude, right? Now in middle age the tools were far better as compared to the early age. They made composite tools which were smaller and well shaped. That this is why they are called microliths. Micro means small, lith means stone. The men of this age did not live at fixed place. They were nomads who could easily find food such as roots and fruits as they moved from one place to another. They also hunted animals. The important site of Mesolithic age in India are Adamgarh in Madhya Pradesh and Bagor in Rajasthan. These are some of the places, right, where the Mesolithic age materials and implements have been found. So you can see in the right hand side, see middle age stone tools. So they are smaller also and well shaped also, right? So slowly when they came to know the use of things, so the things became much better as compared to the earlier one. Now in the next we are going to see first farmer also see. For a very long time man led a nomadic life. At that time he was a food gatherer and a hunter. First farm, right? About 10,000 BCE he began to produce his own food and lead a settled life. In 10,000 BCE they started to produce the food by themselves. He began to domesticate plants and animals also. He started domesticating animals. This new stage in his life is known as New Stone Age or Neolithic Age, right? So they started producing the food and domesticating the animals, right? So now we are going to stop. In the next topic we are going to talk about the archaeological evidence. Thank you, children.